नमस्ते चिल्ड्रन, आज का ये वीडियो एक ब्रशअप सेशन के ऊपर मैंने बनाया है। नॉर्मली एग्जामिनेशंस के पहले बच्चों के ऊपर बहुत सारे प्रेशर्स होते हैं और वो एक कैच 22 सिचुएशन में चले जाते हैं, क्या पढ़ें क्या ना पढ़ें, कहाँ से रिवीजन करें। तो ये जो वीडियो है मेरा वो द राइज ऑफ नेशनलिज्म इन यूरोप का वीडियो है, जिसमें मैंने एक ब्रशअप सेशन के लिए 100 मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रिपीटेडली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चंस को कलेक्ट करके आपके पास दिया है। आप इसको जरूर देखिए। दूसरा एस्पेक्ट जो इस वीडियो का है वो ये है कि कोरोना का जो क्राइसिस है, बच्चे 4 से 5 घंटे रोज मोबाइल फोन देखते हैं और उनकी आंखों के ऊपर असर भी है। तो ये वीडियो मैंने इसलिए बनाया कि यू डोंट नीड टू वॉच दिस वीडियो, you just keep your video away and plug in your earphone, and whatever you are doing, whether you are lying on the couch, sitting on the sofa, walking, moving, whatever you're doing, you just listen to the video. It will brush up the rise of nationalism in Europe. और 100 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस हैं। ये सारे क्वेश्चंस यदि आपको आते हैं तो मैं आपको अश्योर करता हूं कि आपका इस चैप्टर के उपर जो प्रिपरेशन है वो अप टू द मार्क है। और यदि आप में 80 से ज़्यादा आप ला पाते हैं तो ये भी बहुत अच्छा माना जाएगा। आप इस वीडियो को एक बार 2 बार देखकर आप पूरा रिवीजन करें। मैं आपको अश्योर करता हूं कि ये वीडियो आपके पूरे चैप्टर को ब्रश अप कर देगा। एंड चिल्ड्रन, आज 15 जुलाई 2020 को सीबीएसई के 10th बोर्ड का रिजल्ट भी आया है। तो मेरी शुभकामनाएं हैं सभी बच्चों के साथ। कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू ऑल दोज हु हैव रॉक्ड इन देयर एग्जामिनेशंस। और विशेष तौर पे सोशल साइंस का जो रिजल्ट है वो बहुत ही अच्छा आया है। सो हियर वी गो। फर्स्ट, एब्सोल्यूटिस्ट। It is a system of rule or a government which enjoys unlimited power. Number 2, utopian vision. It is an idea which was so ideal that could not be true. Number 3, nation state. It was a state in which the majority of its citizens develop a sense of common identity and shared history or descent. Number 4, la patrie. It's a French word. It means fatherland. Number 5, les citoyens. It's a French word. It means citizens. Number 6, Napoleonic Code. This code was made by Napoleon, which is also known as Civil Code of 1804. Number 7, liberalism. It was derived from the Latin word liber, which meant free. Number 8, Jalvarine. In 1834, a custom union or Jalvarine was formed at the initiative of Prussia, and it was joined by most of the German states. Number 9, conservatives. It's a political philosophy which gave importance to tradition, established institutions and customs, and preferred slow change. Number 10, Treaty of Vienna. In 1815, the representatives of Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, who had collectively defeated Napoleon, met at Vienna to draw up a settlement. Number 11, Young Italy. It's an underground society made by Giuseppe Mazzini. Number 12, Young Europe. It's an underground society made by Giuseppe Mazzini in Bern. Number 13, Treaty of Constantinople. This treaty finally recognized Greece as an independent nation. Number 14, Romanticism. It's a cultural movement which developed nationalist sentiments. Number 15, allegory. It was a personification of a nation. Number 16, Germania. It's a German allegory. Number 17, Mariani. It's a French allegory. Number 18, Italia. It's an Italian allegory. Number 19, Britannia. It's a British allegory. Number 20, Junkers. It means large landowners of Germany. Number 21, plebiscite. It's a direct vote by which all the people of a region are asked to accept or reject a proposal. Number 22, Hellenism. Ancient Greek culture is called Hellenism. Number 23, Union Jack. It's a British flag. Number 24, Das Volk. It's a German word that means common people. And number 25, Eli. It's a measuring unit of cloth in Germany. And now, some other important questions. First, what do you mean by suffrage? It is the right to vote. Second, who believed that God had intended nations to be the natural units of mankind? So he led a revolution to unify Italy in 1831 at Liguria. And the answer is Chishup Mazzini. Next, who also mended Garibaldi's mind to cede the southern kingdom of the two Sicilies with Sardinia Piedmont in order to unify Italy? And the answer is Count Camillo di Cavour. Next, who organized funds and later went to fight in the war where he died of fever in 1824? And the answer is the English poet Lord Byron. Next, at the end of the 19th century, there was intense rivalry amongst the Europeans over which issues? And the answer is trade, colonies, and naval and military might. Next, what were the inhabitants of the Balkans known as? And the answer is the Slavs. Next, what were the characteristics of Marianne, which was the female allegory of France? And the answer is the red cap, the tricolor, and the cockade. Next, for the new middle classes, liberalism stood for what? And the answer is freedom for the individuals, equality of law before the law, and only the government formed by consent. Next, which class was socially and politically dominant on the mid-18th century Europe? And the answer is landed aristocracy. Next, which of the following measures were introduced by the French revolutionaries to create a sense of collective identity? And the answer is selection of new French flag, that was the tricolor, abolition of internal custom duties and dues, formulation of uniform laws for the citizens. Next, which state led the unification of Germany? And the answer is Prussia. Next, who holds the credit of unifying Germany? And the answer is Otto von Bismarck. Next, what was the term given to true spirit of nation in Germany? And the answer is Volksgeist. Next, where was the Frankfurt Parliament convened? And the answer is the Frankfurt Parliament was convened at the Church of St. Paul. Next, why did the middle class lose its support after the failure of the Frankfurt Parliament? And the answer is because they registered the demands of the workers and the artisans. Next, Name the two Italian-speaking provinces of the Habsburg Empire. And the answer is Lombardy and Venetia. Next, which country did the artist Frederick Suro belong to? And the answer is France. What was the tie that bind the diverse groups of Habsburg Empire? And the answer is common allegiance to the emperor. Next, how was Mazzini described by Metternich? And the answer is Metternich described Mazzini as the most dangerous enemy of the social order. Next, who were the slaves? And the answer is the inhabitants of the region under the Ottoman Empire like Romania, Bulgaria, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Macedonia, Greece, Croatia, Serbia, etc. were called the Slavs. Next, what was the result of the Act of Union 1707? And the answer is Scotland was incorporated into the United Kingdom of the Great Britain. Next, what was the result of the Act of Union 1801? And the answer is Ireland was forcibly incorporated into the United Kingdom of the Great Britain. Next, which country was considered to be the cradle of European civilization? And the answer is Greece. Next, what do you mean by broken chains? The answer is being free. Next, what do you mean by the breastplate with eagle? And the answer is strength. Next, what do you mean by the crown of oak leaves? And the answer is heroism. Next, what do you mean by sword? And the answer is readiness to fight. Next, what do you mean by olive branch around the sword? And the answer is willingness to make peace. Next, what do the black, red and gold tricolor symbolize? And the answer is flag of liberal nationalists. Next, what do you mean by the rage of the rising sun? And the answer is beginning of a new era. And now, some important personalities from this chapter. Napoleon. He was the most powerful ruler of France who established a large French empire. Next, Giuseppe Mazzini. He was an Italian revolutionary born in Geneva in 1807 who became a member of secret society Coroneri. Next, Count Cavour. He was the chief minister of Sardinia Piedmont. Next, Garibaldi. He was a key player in Italian unification who formed armed volunteers named Red Shirts. Next, Victor Emmanuel II. He was the king of Sardinia Piedmont who was proclaimed King of Italy in 1861. Next, Karol Kurpinski. He celebrated the nationalist struggle through operas and music. He turned the folk dances like Polonaise and Mazurka into nationalist symbols. Next, Wilhelm Wolff. He was a journalist who described the events in Silesian villages. Next, Otto von Bismarck. He was the chief minister of Prussia and the chief architect of German unification. Next, King William I. He was the king of Prussia who was proclaimed German emperor in a ceremony held at Versailles. Next, Frederick Chopin. He was a famous French painter who visualized the dream of democratic and social republic. Next, Metternich. He was an Austrian chancellor who hosted Vienna Congress in 1815. Next, Ernst Renan. He was a famous French philosopher who published a famous essay entitled "What is a Nation?" Next, Louis Otto Peters. He was a political activist who founded a women's journal and a feminist political association. Next, Delacroix. He was a French romantic painter who prepared a painting, The Massacre at Chaos. Next, Philip Waite. He was a German artist who prepared a painting of Germania in 1848. Next, Johann Gottfried Herder. He was a famous German romantic philosopher who claimed that true German culture was to be discovered among the common people. That was Das Volk. Next, Wolfe Tone. He was a revolutionary of Ireland who opposed the incorporation of Ireland in the Great Britain. Next, Grimm brothers. The two brothers of Germany collected old folk tales to create a German national identity. Next, Karl Welcker. He was an elected member of the Frankfurt Parliament who believed that men are stronger, bolder, and freer than women. And finally, Louis Philippe. He was the king of Bourbon dynasty from 1830 to 1848. And now some important dates and events from this chapter. 1688. The English Parliament seized power from the monarch. 1707. The Act of Union between England and Scotland. 1789. The French Revolution. 1797. Napoleon invaded Italy. 1801. Ireland was forcibly incorporated into the United Kingdom. 1804. Civil Code of Napoleon. 1807. Birth of Italian revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini. 1812. The first collection of folk tales of Grimm brothers was published. 1815. The Battle of Waterloo. 1815. The Vienna Peace Settlement. 1821. The beginning of struggle for independence amongst the Greeks. 1830. The July Revolution of France. 1832. The Treaty of Constantinople. 1834. Julverine, that was the custom union, was formed. 1848. The Frankfurt Parliament was addressed. 1848. Final Revolution of France took place. 1859 to 70. Unification of Italy. 1861. Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed the King of United Italy. 1866 to 71. The unification of Germany. 1871. The Prussian King William I was proclaimed German Emperor. 1905. Slave nationalism gathered force in the Habsburg and Ottoman empires. 1914 to 1918, the First World War took place. And now, some famous statements from this chapter. Who said, "When France sneezes, the rest of Europe catches cold"? And the answer is Duke Metternich. Next, who said that a nation is the culmination of a long past of endeavors, sacrifice, and devotion? And the answer is Ernst Renan. Next,
who said that misogyny is the most dangerous enemy of our social order? And the answer is Duke Metternich. Next, who said that nature has created man and woman to carry out different functions? Man is stronger, bolder, and freer of the two. And the answer is Karl Welcker, who was an elected member of the Frankfurt Parliament.